Cappuccino, 2 sugars. You just have, is that large size you have?
Keeping this cafe in Melbourne's East open is getting harder as costs creep higher.
When I've gone through my invoicing, I'm finding that the average is about 30%, and we've seen products have risen as much as 300%.
Ray Christie says those cost increases are hurting the business, and he has no choice but to pass some of them on to his customers.
Well, I've actually done the number crunching. I found that if I operate the way I am, with no price rises, no changes, I'll be trading insolvent in 3 months. That's how bad it is.
Annual inflation fell from 7.4% in January to 6.8% in February. Housing was one of the main contributors, but the increase in the cost of building new homes is the lowest it's been since February 2022. And while rents are up 4.8%, they haven't accelerated. There were also continuing strong price increases for food and non-alcoholic drinks, driven by meals out and takeaways, and electricity prices jumped.
This is more evidence that inflation is moderating in our economy, but it remains unacceptably high.
If we look at what happened in February specifically, on a seasonally adjusted basis, prices actually rose 0.6%, which is quite strong. And actually, if you annualise that, we're still looking at inflation of around 7% or a bit higher.
Thanks very much.
This is the second month in a row of lower annual inflation, which peaked in December at 8.4%. These latest figures are a sign the Reserve Bank Board's rate hikes are working. But economists are split on what the RBA does next. Some say the numbers are enough for the central bank to pause its hiking cycle. Others say they're not done yet.
We expect another 2 25 basis point hikes in the cash rate in the April and the May meetings, which would take the cash rate to a terminal rate of 4.1%.
While the rate of price increases is coming down, it is still costing a lot more to live. Jodie Harris is finding she's getting far less for her cash during her food shop.
Every fortnight, everything's going up. It's crazy. I've got 2 bags and it was $97.
She's supported by job seeker payments of about $840 a fortnight. She's not left with much after buying groceries and paying her rent.
It's our family home I live in, so I pay $550, which is like I would never be able to rent another house and get this at this price. My dad's left it at the price it's at.
While Jodie's rent is steady thanks to her father landlord, many other renters are being hit with higher prices.
If you look at the core logic measure of advertised rents, that's sitting at about 10% in terms of annual growth, and that suggests that we'll continue to see rents accelerate over the coming quarters in the CPI. This is a real challenge for a lot of households,
as cost of living pressures remain.